Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. This is the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Thanks for joining us. Just ahead, we're going to discover the best states to own and drive a car, including a first-place ranking right here in Texas. We'll explain.
Sugarland?
You'll hear my thoughts on a week driving the completely redesigned Chevy Trax. And Jeff has what's on TV this week for cars. Yeah. Just ahead on this episode of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy. Along with Mike out of this world, Mars, we always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us on this wet Saturday here in the Houston area. But we're told, the weatherman says it's all supposed to clear out and be beautiful this afternoon. Well, we'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, it's still going to be kind of soaking.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Won't be able to do any yard work. It's still going to be real wet.
Yard work?
Yeah.
You don't do yard work?
Yeah, I do.
Your wife does that.
Kathy and I do. I contribute.
What? Sitting off to the side smoking cigarettes in your lounge chair?
Drinking beer and
drinking a beer.
Scratching.
Okay. Joining us now, Cassandra Happe with WalletHub and the most driver-friendly states to drive in. Cassandra, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Wow, you sound great. You sound like you're right here in the studio with us. I like your headset.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know. Where did you get that headset? What is it? I need to know that.
I got it off of Amazon. I can send you the link after the show here.
Yeah, please do, because that's a good one. It sounds great. All right.
Excellent. Glad to hear that.
Yeah. So let's talk about first of all, let me tell everybody that Cassandra is a consumer finance expert and financial literacy advocate with 15 years of experience in the credit union industry. And you guys do all this research. And why do you do the research?
So money plays a key role in pretty much every aspect of our lives. So what we like to do at WalletHub, on top of all the options we have for improving your financial fitness, we like to release reports that really look at both the financial side and the other aspects that just play into these everyday things that you may not really think about the financial side of it. I mean, you think about that with driving a little bit, but on the other side of things, you don't necessarily think of maybe the safety side of things. So we really try to look at these things from the holistic standpoint. So you can cover, cost as well as safety, access, all the things that you should really take into consideration.
So you did this actual research on the best places to drive, I guess, in the entire United States?
Yes, we looked at the 50 states. We did not include the District of Columbia in this particular study.
Don't include them in anything ever again.
I'll take a note of that.
All right.
But we looked at 31 different metrics, which can really be grouped into 4 different categories, which are cost of ownership and maintenance, traffic and infrastructure, safety, and access to vehicles and maintenance. So we ranked each state on each of these metrics and then looked at it overall and ranked them from 1 to 50 for the best and the worst states to drive in.
Oh. Which is the worst? I want to hear that one. Let it rip.
The worst is Hawaii. They scored really low when it came to the cost of ownership and maintenance.
But Cassandra, you're not supposed to drive in Hawaii. You're supposed to go to the beach in Hawaii.
You can't drive there.
No, you can't. You got to fly in there and then you walk to the beach. But at any rate, I understand that the traffic is absolutely horrendous there.
Right. And of course, being an island, they have, some more struggles when it comes to just getting access to parts and other things they might need for ownership and maintenance costs.
Yeah. Okay. Was there any one state that kind of surprised you in any of the metrics that you gathered?
Not necessarily. I was kind of surprised overall just to see that most of our top 5 states did really great in 3 out of 4 of our key categories, but they didn't do the best when it came to safety. I was a little disappointed to see that, it may be a little bit cheaper and the traffic might not be as bad, but it might not be as safe in those states.
So let's talk about the top 5. Who was number 5?
Number 5 was Alabama, and they did really well when it came to the cost of ownership and maintenance. They came in 3rd overall for that particular metric.
They've also got a great football team. Just saying.
All right, easy now.
Yeah.
Well, I have a financial interest in the University of Alabama, and probably will until I die.
But wait, Alabama doesn't have a pro team.
I didn't say pro team. I just said football
there you go.
team.
See?
Yeah, that's the only one that really matters is the University of Alabama. Yeah. Roll Tide.
The one he's paying for.
The one that I'm paying for forever and ever. And number 4?
Number 4 was Oklahoma, and they did pretty good when it came to cost of ownership and maintenance. They came in 7th, so still in that top 20%, and they came in 9th for traffic and infrastructure, so right in that top 20% there as well.
Well, I mean, they don't have Houstons in Oklahoma. Mars spent some time in Oklahoma.
The closest thing they got is Oklahoma City, and it ain't even close.
It ain't even close to Houston. Okay, number 3?
Number 3 was Kansas. They actually came in 3rd for traffic and infrastructure, and they came in 10th for cost of ownership and maintenance. So still in that top 20% in those 2 metrics, but they didn't do as well in safety and access to vehicles and maintenance.
I have a question. Both of those states you just talked about are in the middle of the country. Does that have any relation to what the data shows?
Not necessarily. We didn't really see a distinct correlating factor in that. I mean, overall, the Midwest did pretty well in this study, and I think part of that has to do with just having more open spaces. There's some very rural states that came in, especially our number 1 pick is definitely known for being a more rural state that doesn't have as much traffic just because it's not as populated.
Yeah, they're more flyover states than rather drive-through states.
Well, Kansas at number 3, they're probably going to be number 1 in football. So just saying, I got to go there. I mean, it was there. I just had to go with it.
He's on a sports kick, Mike.
So, all right, who's number 2?
Number 2 was Georgia, and they came in 2nd overall for cost of ownership and maintenance. So one of the least expensive places for owning and maintaining your vehicles in the country.
And number 1.
My father-in-law would be very proud to see this. Iowa came in at number 1.
Oh,
He's always told me.
I got family there. I can live with that.
So just this last summer, we were down in Iowa, and he went off about how he despises driving in Minnesota, which is where I live, because Iowa, the roads make sense. You either go east or west or north or south.
Yes.
There's really no in between. So as long as you know what general direction you need to go, you just hop on the road and start heading that way.
Well, when I think of Iowa, my grandmother's from Iowa, and I think of Iowa, I think of pig farms and corn.
Absolutely.
That's it. And hey, they've done quite well for the entire United States of America when it comes to feeding us.
Corn as high as the elephant's eye.
That's it. All right. Okay. So there are some interesting things about Texas that I think that we should point out. Auto repair shops per capita, I would have thought, at least here in the Houston area, it'd be the number 1 place in the world for auto repair shops, but that's not the case.
Yeah, they came in 4th overall for auto repair shops per capita. Still really, really good. But you just have to consider it's for the whole state. So you factor that out for some more the more rural areas that maybe don't have as many auto repair shops. Kind of balances out compared to the more populated metro areas.
Yeah. The one thing that really surprised me is that Texas is ranked 21st in auto maintenance costs. Any idea how that happened?
That is a great question. Let me look here real quick.
Auto maintenance costs. And I assume that that's things like, oil changes, fan belts, fuel filters, air filters, that sort of thing.
Spring tune-ups, fall tune-ups.
Yeah, that kind of thing. She's looking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the
Oh,
spot.
no, that's,
Real-time
with all these
information coming in.
metrics, it's just sometimes you need to do a little bit of looking to make sure you don't speak out of turn on these things.
We do that all the time.
Well, ranked 21st in auto maintenance costs. At least it's not number one in auto maintenance costs.
Yeah.
That would not be a good thing,
No,
would it?
do the opposite.
No, that would not be a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. So 21st out of 50 states, that's, middle of the road, I'd say.
Yeah.
Thereabouts.
So
Average.
to get a gauge for the auto maintenance cost, we look specifically at the average price to computer or spin balance one front wheel tire.
Okay.
And that's what we use to come up with our auto maintenance cost rankings, is based off of that particular price.
Okay. That's kind of odd, but okay. I wouldn't have thought that. Somebody clearly did and thought that would be a good thing.
You got to have some sort of standard process that everybody would do the same way, I guess.
You got to have a benchmark. Yeah.
All right. So this doesn't surprise me. Ranked number 2 is car dealerships per capita. No surprise. I would think we would probably number 1. We got a lot of car dealerships here in Houston.
Hey, we just have to work harder since we're number 2.
Gotta build some more shops out there.
There you go.
Yeah, I guess so. Ranked number 2. And then we did the auto maintenance. We did auto repair shops per capita, ranked 4th. And I'd believe that. Okay, so car dealerships, we got that. And I guess it's a good thing that we were ranked first in the average price of gas. Is that meaning the lowest price amongst the 50 states?
Yeah, the best.
Yes, that's based on the average, it's the lowest cost we saw, and it's California, which had the highest cost, was twice as much as what Texas was. So definitely much cheaper to fill up your tank in Texas compared to California and some of the other states out there.
That's no surprise.
Yeah.
I would believe that. Okay. Any other kind of little goodies that you want to throw in this?
Well, I just want to say that Texas, they may not have been in the top 5, but they're definitely in the top 20%. And with the exception of coming in, a little bit low on the traffic and infrastructure dimension, they're pretty well balanced as far as being a great state to drive in.
Yeah. What would be a great state to go on vacation to as far as automobile traffic is concerned?
Iowa.
Iowa, yeah. But, I don't want to go and visit pig farms and cornfields. That's just my saying.
They got a baseball field out in the middle of cornfields.
Was that where Field of Dreams was?
Yes, it's still there.
I know. It's a tourist attraction now. Well, there you go. So we could go there. You could go there.
And they have 3.2 beer there.
Do they?
Yeah.
How would you know that?
So you could drink a lot more.
I see.
If you were a beer drinker, of course.
I'm not a beer drinker, but apparently you are. He's just smiling, but I can promise you
nothing
that.
else.
All right, so apparently this is page upon page of interesting best to worst states to drive in from WalletHub, correct?
Absolutely. There's a lot of data there. So definitely go check out the website, see where your state in particular ranks, and take a look at the different metrics we looked at. And it's really just important to note that everyone has different preferences, and really to consider what's most important to you. If you're looking at one of these studies and thinking, well, maybe I don't want to go to Hawaii because they have, really bad
traffic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to go there.
But
you got keep in mind, if that's not a big deal for you, if you don't mind sitting in traffic, then Hawaii is a great place. So it's really based on preference.
I'll bet you that they got some really good Ubers there. I don't even want to rent a car.
No.
Because you're stuck on an island.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's the beach.
How far can
all
you
the
go?
way around it.
Exactly.
So I'm good. Give me a place and I'll just plop down there and I'll be good for a while. Yeah, it's been a while. But
Every half hour, flip them over so it doesn't burn.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Cassandra, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. What a great, interesting kind of research thing that you've done.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and I hope we can chat again soon.
Cassandra Happe
Absolutely.
with WalletHub. Yes, let's do that. Next study, be sure and look us up.
Absolutely. I'll keep you guys in mind.
Thanks again. Interesting. All right.
Too good.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's 14 after the hour. And I think that I'm supposed to do something here.
Well, you can do a review if you want.
Well,
or you want to do news.
But I was going to turn to you and say, Jeffrey,
We'll do it.
you want to do the what's on TV?
Yeah, it's going to be short, just something quick. Don't really have any drastic news or changes in the structure of television. But I went into Motor Trend Plus, which is a subscription, not a paid subscription, a free subscription to Motor Trend. And you can there's over 90 Motor Trend television shows about cars. Everything from the things you like to the things you like, Michael. I picked out a few.
Not things that we don't like the same thing at all.
I picked out a few of the things that I watch. Now, just recently, about a week or so ago, we had the Mecum auctions in Kissimmee. And I think we talked about that a week or so ago. That ended, and they're playing the repeats, the reruns on that. One of the things that I like to watch, and you watch it as well, is it's on the subscription side. It's Rust Valley Restores.
Love that show.
Rust Valley Restores, the little backstory on that, they're nestled in a recreation paradise of South Shuswap, Canada. Say that.
I think it's BC.
It's one of the unique car communities in the world. It's Tappan, British Columbia, or Rust Valley as they call it. At its heart, it's a remarkable restoration shop run by a team of colorful, charismatic characters.
Oh, yeah.
And they use their impressive skills to restore, trade, and sell vehicles.
Yeah.
So that's one of them. You've got Iron Resurrection Extra. And we talked about that last night at dinner, that they're starting to do some other stuff. Now, we all know Iron Resurrections. They're here in Texas.
In the Hill Country.
Yeah, in the Hill Country. Master metal fabricator Joe Martin showcased his motorcycle building skills, won a championship, and then got into the car stuff. So that's a little bit of backstory on that.
That's probably one of my favorite shows.
Yeah. And it's good, wholesome TV. There's not horseplay or pranks going on that used to be in some of the other shows. Full Custom Garage. 9 seasons, 85 episodes, and you got Ian Russell. What a guy! He makes
things.
Yeah, he's like the MacGyver of car building. He can take whatever and make something out of it.
What's the name of this show?
Full Custom Garage.
Full Custom.
Yeah.
Yep.
We talked about that one. My favorite that I've watched, it's not on anymore, but I still like watching the reruns, is Autobiography, Cold Case, where they take an event in automotive history and they do the backstory, they do the investigation, sort of like a Perry Mason thing. I love Perry Mason. He's not on the list, though. And they go through it and they solve what could have been a crime, a missing Ferrari or a stolen car, Mulholland Drive, all the accidents and things on that. Is there really a ghost out there and things of that? So they do that research. So that's some stuff you can get on Motor Trend Plus. It is a subscription. It is a free subscription, but you can do that and you can watch it at any time of the day or night. So,
very nice.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do a car review, shall we?
Let's shall.
I had a chance to drive the 2024 Chevy Trax. Now, this is a complete redesign from the original Chevy Trax, okay? It's available in these trim levels: the LS, the 1RS, the LT, the 2RS, and the Active. I reviewed the 2RS. It is considered a small station wagon. I don't like that nomenclature because it gives me visions of station wagons. And not that I don't like station wagons, but it doesn't look like a station wagon to me. It looks like a very small SUV. Yeah. Does it not?
It's a good-looking car.
It really is.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a complete redesign. Seats 5 passengers. It is an extra small SUV. Exterior features. This, again, is not the original Trax. It's all new from the ground up, top to bottom. Small but sleek bodywork that's very attractive. Good-looking grille and headlight design. Upswept side windows connect through the piece to the C-pillar to the fastback rear hatch window. It's really a sharp-looking, different kind of SUV. What I liked, the dark lower valance panel and the sporty overall look. What could use improvement? It's a winner. Don't touch it. I like it, and I like the price point, too, and I'll tell you about that in just a second. I think you will be amazed. Dual pod dash, easy to understand infotainment system. Simple HVAC controls, not complicated. Attractive, comfortable seating. Limited actual back seat cargo room area with the back seat up. It's limited. Plentiful with the back seat down. Considering its diminutive size, it works. What I liked, the RS red accents throughout the cabin, stitching, etc. What could use improvement? My advice is don't mess it up. Don't mess it up with the size, and don't mess it up with the price point. And I'll have a story about the price point here in a little bit. Engine. This was kind of a surprise. A 1.2-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder. And no, it's not a motorcycle. It actually runs really well. 137 horsepower. Remember, this thing is tiny. 162 pound-feet of torque. 6-speed automatic transmission. Fuel mileage, 28 city, 32 highway for a combined of 30. That's what the government has ranked it. I got 28.9 over 347.2 miles. Clearly, what I liked about it is the gas mileage. How about a plug-in hybrid option?
That'd be good.
It would be, I think. You imagine tacking on at least another 10 miles per gallon on that thing. I don't know whether they've got room for such a thing, but I think that they should look at that. Ride and handling, nice for a small runabout. What could use improvement? Nothing. Keeping the price point where it is. Now, as far as options are concerned, and I've got time to do this, I wanted to point out that the sunroof package, which goes up, for me, $895.
Oh.
Why would you do that to yourself in a city that reaches 108 degrees in the summertime? But to each his own. Driver confidence package, they call it, $795, includes rear cross-traffic alert, that's good, lane change alert with side blind zone alert. Give me the alerts, but don't interfere with my driving. The adaptive cruise control, that's good. And the rear park assist is good, $795. That would be something to get. Now, optional paint color costs $395. I don't know what that's about. Every car has to be painted. Why would you pay more for that paint? Anyway. Then you want to know how much it costs.
That's what I'm waiting.
The base trim price is $23,900. Price is tested $27,080. But if you want to get in to the base model of the Chevy Trax, $20,400. This is Chevrolet's least expensive SUV. And that is the bell ringer for me. I mean, everybody can afford this. And I think that if you're in the market for a small SUV, this would be something to look at. Competitors include the Mazda CX-30 for $24,995. The Nissan Kicks starts at $21,050. And the Toyota Corolla Cross is $23,610. I think if you are in the market for this size vehicle at this price point, I think that you're really going to be impressed. I would encourage you to find your Chevy dealer if they've got one. Call ahead, look online, see where they are. Go test drive one, and I think that you'll agree with me. You may not like it, but I did.
You know who likes that car? Kylie likes that car. She said it a year ago at the auto show.
Yeah.
And I've got pictures of her sitting in it. She had a smile ear to ear.
Yeah.
She really likes that car. They came out with that greenish light color, sort of off green. Minty green. There you go.
Uh-huh.
And she liked that. So
yeah. Well, I can certainly see that. And some of the new colors are really good out there that are available on that Chevy Trax.
and the price point's good for her parents to buy her one.
Well, there you go. Yeah. If you want to buy a new one.
Yeah.
Was that parents or grandparents?
Mike, I said parents. I did not stutter.
Okay. Just checking.
Well, based on my experience with one of my daughters in particular, my astrophysicist daughter, there's hair on this microphone that I'm trying to get off of there. Anyway, she mashed every fender on that Ford Focus that she still has. I don't know how many pounds of Bondo are on the car, but I guarantee you she'd get better gas mileage if she got new sheet metal on it. But that would be my suggestion.
And she's still driving it.
And she's still driving.
And she's in Colorado driving that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And she told me that she wants to keep the car. Even when she gets a new one, which she's working on, she wants to keep the car because it's worth nothing.
Contact Ford and maybe put it in the museum there.
No, it'll be
Henry Ford Museum?
It will be in the In-Wheel Time Hall of Fame.
There you go.
I said, so, okay, what are you going to do with it? Well, I want to keep it. Okay, keep it. Where are you going to keep it? Well, here. I said, why would you keep it in Colorado with snow all over it all the time? I said, why don't you put it in your mother's garage so you have something to drive when you get here?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's an idea.
There you go.
So we'll see if that happens. But, yes, the famous 2007 Ford Focus that I bought in 2007 that now has 180,000 miles on it.
Do they have inspections in Colorado?
I don't know.
State inspections? Because you could probably bypass that because of a vintage vehicle over so many years.
Vintage, yeah, exactly. I don't know, but it's got a 5-speed manual transmission and crank windows on the 2-door black Ford Focus.
No internet, no USB ports,
No,
nothing.
it does have a heater in it, I'm glad to report, because it does get cold up there on occasion.
A little bit.
Just thought I'd throw that out there at you. University of Nebraska, Lincoln crashed a Rivian R1T into a steel guardrail at 60 miles an hour to test how heavier electric vehicles perform against safety barriers designed for lighter gasoline models. The guardrail was no match for the Rivian.
Oh, boy.
The 7,000-plus pound 2022 Rivian R1T truck tore through the barrier with little reduction in speed, according to a press release from the university and its Midwest Roadside Safety Facility. The test was carried out in October. Since EVs are involved in runoff road crashes at similar rates and speeds as gasoline cars, that could mean an EV crashing into a roadside barrier could have 20% to 50% more impact energy, according to the university. So keep that in mind, and Mars will tell you. I don't think. Have you ever driven an EV? They feel heavy. They are heavy.
They do.
Not for just a few feet.
But that's what contributes to their smoother ride, if you will, between that and the tires.
Yeah. But I will tell you that there's a noticeable difference in the weight, in the way that the thing handles, and the way that it rides. It rides pretty good, kind of like an old Hudson Hornet, because it was extra heavy.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that for me, it's almost twice as much as a regular car. It weighs almost twice as much.
And where I see it, the biggest thing is if you're, for whatever reason, you need to stop a little quicker than normal, it feels like you're not going to.
That's right.
It's like the braking.
Sluggish, almost. Like
It's not quite.
slower.
Yeah, because there's so much weight there. That's when you really feel that weight.
Yeah.
You had asked about the Tesla truck. I saw one just this past week. Cybertruck.
Yep.
Not far from here.
Here in the wild?
Yeah, here in the wild. In fact, I was in the parking lot. They were zipping by on the street to a traffic light, and I was going to get a picture of it in the wild, but they turned and went off. But it was over here off of West Airport.
I'll be darned.
Sugar Land.
Hey, I want to remind you that the In-Wheel Time Car Talk show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com, and podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk show continues right after this quick break. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggie Land? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana, stop in at the Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants invite you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. Want to feel good about something special you did for someone special? In Wheel Time and the original Lupi Tortilla group of Tex-Mex restaurants have joined together to help a very worthy cause, God's Garage, a Christian-based 501c3 charity. We know there are lots of places and organizations out there where you can donate a car, truck, or SUV, but we're asking you, our car enthusiast family, to consider donating to God's Garage. Visit godsgarage.org and learn about its mission, the women that have been helped, how each one is screened, and about their Restore You program. A car donation is an easy way to make a difference in the lives of others. God's Garage needs good operating vehicles, but will take all types in working and non-working condition. Make your heart and soul feel good by donating your gently used vehicle and help support single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military at godsgarage.org. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.